So today we're looking at the Kizer Vanguard Roach, model number V4477A1. We'll start out with the features, I'll then show you some specs, we'll move on to the pros and cons, and then we'll wrap everything up with either a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Hey guys, I'm Jay, and well, this is the Kizer Vanguard Roach, model number V4477A1. And now the Roach is a member of Kizer's Vanguard series, which is actually a series that is focused on offering some more of budget-friendly knives based on Kizer's higher-end designs. Now, Kizer is able to offer knives in the Vanguard series at a lower price because they're using different materials to manufacture these knives. For example, all of the Kizer knives in the Vanguard series all use, just like this one, VG10 blade steel. And not that there's anything wrong with VG10 at all. I actually happen to really like VG10. It's one of those blade steels that kind of lands right in the middle as far as like edge retention and corrosion resistance. Now the Roach is a manual action liner lock. It was actually designed by Matt Degnan, and it is very, well, I shouldn't say very, but it is drop shuttable. Give it a little shake, and there she goes. Let's do that one more time. So you guys see it. Not bad. Not too bad at all. And now that is because of the good detent engagement. So I'm able to let the flipper land on my nail. And that's just because they place that detent in just the right spot. The detent is fairly strong. I'm not able to shake it open. So yeah, it's pretty strong. And as you've noticed, the Roach is very, very flickable. Requires no wrist action whatsoever. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, did you notice this gigantic friggin' finger choil? It's huge, but you know what? I gotta say, I'm not complaining about it because, you know, you see with a lot of knives that do include a finger choil, it's usually a very, very small finger choil that can only be used by a raccoon or a chimpanzee. I mean, just really small finger choils, but this one is a good size, so it's actually kind of refreshing. The liners are just your standard run-of-the-mill steel liners. However, they did mill them out a little bit. See if I can show you. It's kind of hard to see here, guys. Sorry about that. But trust me, they are actually milled out to help reduce some of that weight. If we flip it over and look at the back of the Roach, you can see it is a closed construction, so it's going to be a little more difficult to clean out. And I believe that, let's check this, the Roach is going to be a little bit wider than a pencil. See if I can get that on camera. Yep. Yeah, it definitely is. And the balance on the Roach, see that? Pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, this is a pretty darn heavy knife, and they were able to distribute that weight perfectly. So that is very, very nice. So what do you guys say we go ahead and get a weight on this behemoth here? 6.5 ounces. Oh, is that all? 6.5 ounces. That's going to be about the equivalent of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 friggin' AA batteries? Holy crap. Now the clip is just a one position pocket clip, and that is going to be, let's see, tip up and right handers only. And it is definitely not a deep carry clip. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the clip. There is just one area of jimping, and it's going to be right there on the flipper tab. Now if we go ahead and look at the belly of this, let's see what the centering looks like. It's actually just about perfect. So, well, good job there, Kizer. Now, the stop pin, you're not actually going to be able to see it because it is an internal stop pin. And once this blade is deployed, you guys can see it's locking up, at least my example, is locking up at about 40%, 40%. Now Kizer elected to not include a lanyard hole on the Roach. Now there are two other variations of this knife in existence. You can actually get one with orange handle, same color blade, same blade steel, same everything. It's just that the G10 is orange. And there is actually a titanium frame lock version. Now that one has CPM S35 VN blade steel, and that one actually, believe it or not, the titanium frame lock one is a little bit heavier at 7 ounces. So what do you guys think? You guys want to go ahead and see the specs? Yeah? Okay, well, here you go. Now, unfortunately, since the perfect knife does not exist, there's going to be some pros and cons. This knife is no different. We got some good and bad. Let's start out with the good stuff. Well, first, it really is a damn handsome knife, isn't it? To me, anyway. I love it. The aesthetics are just incredible, especially when you hear what the price is. Just damn handsome. The blade width I am a huge fan of as well. I really, really like the very broad blade. The broader the better. Well, no, let me take that back. Not the broader the better, but I do like them with a little bit of beefiness to them. Now I got to bring in a prop for this next talking point. Let's see if this will work. Now, if you can see this, see that? Almost the entire cutting edge makes contact on a flat surface. Now that is pretty damn impressive considering this is obviously a flipper. And now, you know, with most flipper knives, that flipper tab always tends to get in the way, which then causes you to have to cut kind of like this, and you only get just use of a small section of that blade belly. Well, with this one, actually, because of how wide it is, you're actually able to get just almost all of the cutting edge onto a flat surface. So I was very, very impressed by that. I also just absolutely love this finger choil. I mean, it's big enough where even, you know, a gloved hand would have no problem using this choil and keeping, you know, your hand away from that sharp edge. So I really, really like that. The ergos of the Roach are fantastic. And I want to draw your attention here to my pinky finger here at the butt of the knife. Now, do you see that? How there's like that section kind of cut away? Well, that section has a purpose, and it is for your pinky. Look at that. it just helps you lock on to this handle really nicely. I just thought that that was a fantastic feature that they had included. The steel, I really do like VG10 steel. It is good, and like I was saying earlier, it's one of those steels that kind of falls right in the middle as far as when you're comparing it to all of the other blade steels. It has good corrosion resistance and edge retention. The flipping action on the Roach is, well, it's just awesome. It really is. So there is a lot of good stuff going on here. I mean, the detent, the flipper tab itself, the pivot just really enables you to, without any wrist whatsoever. Now, unfortunately, we got to move on to the bad stuff. And the first thing on my list, I've got to say, is that weight. You know what? If you knew me a couple years ago, I would not have said anything about the weight, because when I first began collecting knives, you know, for me, the heavier the better. I mean, I was just looking for all the big, beefy knives out there. But now, as my collecting habits have matured slightly, this, yeah, 6.5 ounces is just way too much weight for me, unfortunately. Now, some of you might not bother, and that's great, because this is just a fantastic looking knife. And I really, really do want to love this knife, but there's just a few things that are kind of holding it back, and one of them is the weight. The second thing would be, well, the closed width. I mean, this is 1.8 inches across. So that in your pocket, yeah, it takes up a ton. Now, if we look at like the Manix 2, a knife that is notorious for being a big pocket hog, I mean, the Roach has the Manix beat easily. So very, very wide at 1.8 inches. The pocket clip, one position pocket clip, I mean, come on. I mean, I get it with the shape and everything, and, you know, then include another pocket clip. But I know this is a knife in the Vanguard series, so, you know, that could potentially raise the price, but it is just something that you need to be aware of. Now, I did attempt to actually take this apart with a number 8 Torx, and I was unable to make this budge. I really wanted to get inside here and look at it, but I don't want to strip out the pivot screw. So I don't know. I might have to heat up the screw or something, because it seems like there might be some Loctite going in. There probably is, because, you know, Kizer is really against their customers opening up the knives. They do not allow it. I mean, it voids the warranty. So yes, they probably did use some red Loctite or something in there. Everything. I really wish they would have used black hardware screws and clip instead of the satin color. I know it's a minor thing, but it is a thing to me. And there is quite a bit of, if you notice, exposed blade. Yeah, I don't really like that. And let me show you. So for example, the Kershaw Oh So Sweet, just a little bit of blade showing, so that means in your pocket, you know, it's less likely to get scratched up when you have like keys and stuff in there. But with this, there is so much blade material that's sticking out, you know, that's going to get dinged up by if you put other stuff in that same pocket. Now, before we go any further, before I forget, I want to bring in some other knives just so you can see the kind of knife that we're working with today. the Paramilitary 2, of course? How about the Benchmade Doug Ritter Griptilian? And what the heck? The Zero Tolerance 0350. And let's do this last one just because I had it sitting out. The Manix 2. So obviously, in terms of width, all of these knives are just, you know, dwarfed by the Roach. So what do you guys think? Do you want to know how much the Kizer Vanguard Roach will cost you? It's about 80 bucks. Not too bad. It's actually a little less than I thought. But then again, that's the whole point of the Vanguard series, is offering their knives at, you know, well, what they call budget-friendly price. So, well, as far as a recommendation goes for this guy, I'm thinking you guys probably already know where I'm going to land with this one. I've got to say, as an EDC, there's better choices. There's better choices out there. At least for me, it's a little on the heavy side, and it is, you know, it's just too damn wide. I mean, you know, you really, it limits what you're able to keep in that same pocket. And this is really killing me to say this, guys. It really is, because I love the design. I love everything about the aesthetics of the Roach. I mean, the blade shape is just, it's my ideal. It really is. So this is really tough for me to stand here and tell you that I don't recommend it. It's killing me, because I love this knife. But I'm just trying to be practical and real with you guys, and it's too heavy, it's too wide. Now, if you don't plan on using it as a tool, then absolutely. I mean, if you would just like to buy it as a collectible and, you know, set it on the shelf, absolutely. I mean, because it's a unique looking knife, and it's gorgeous. So as a collectible, sure, 80 bucks, why not? Why the heck not? As a tool, nope. I can't recommend it. Sorry, guys. So, guys, I want to leave you guys with a question, of course. What's a deal breaker for you? What are you more concerned with? The weight of a knife or the width of the knife? Like how much room it's going to take up in your pocket? What's a deal breaker for you? If a knife is too heavy or if it's too wide? So please post your answers in the comment section below. I really look forward to hearing from you guys and reading that stuff and responding to it. So if you are a collector and you're looking to add some more stuff to your knife collection, or maybe you're just someone that's looking for that one really good knife to use as a tool every day, then go ahead and click on subscribe, because I am constantly uploading new videos several times a week. And if this video answered most of your questions about the Kizer Vanguard Roach, then go ahead and leave a like. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by today, for hanging out, for letting me talk knives with you. I really enjoy it. So I will see you guys at the next video. You guys take care, okay?